Hello. I want you to write your name that your classmate and me call you. Write your name because your name is very long, so it's hard to remember sometimes. So you might want to write your name like very big. How do you want us to call you?
Cookie.
Cookie. Okay, Cookie. So you just write Cookie very big, like this. Cookie. Okay. Red. So I just resigned. Yes, copy. And then you want to type it. Wait the pen. How can I say your name? Dina. Yeah. How can I say your name? Basil. Ready?
Yeah.
Can you say that?
That's
Basil. Okay. Momo.
Yeah.
That sounds okay. Ki. Wait, I need to repeat myself. Kiriha. So, yeah. So how many students are you missing? 2 Chinese, right?
yes.
So they didn't send me any emails about if they're coming or not. So I just get the paper ready. Okay, let's start. Can you get your computers or phones out because we're going to use them. So as usual, the things that we need to do is this. We have a one-up section and then we're going to talk more about the main idea. The main idea in every lesson is very important because in the class before, students always have a hard time to recall the main idea. If they don't remember or understand the main idea of the every lessons, every unit, one unit have one task, right? So if they don't understand, we cannot do the activity or any speaking as opinions part. What you can do before the class, because you only have class on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? What you can do before the class is try to review it, get over the new vocabulary and the grammar parts, and then you will understand the task easier. If you understand the task easier, it is where is Bruce?
What?
Where is Bruce?
I don't know.
Okay. And what did I say? If you understand the task easier, we can keep going and listening. Because listening will be a little bit hard. They speak very fast. So, does everybody have their phones? Listen, phone and computer. Get ready. So you want to go to your canvas. And then click this one. Oh, I need to check all dictionary and canvas on your screen. But I don't want to do that because everybody is adults and not children, so I'm not going to check yours. So make sure you have your dictionary and Canvas on your screen so that you can go through it very easy. So now you're going to Christmas life, number 2. Do you know how to do that? You look confused. Do you know how to do that? Yeah, go to
Do what?
Canvas. Go to Canvas.
Uh,
And then go to this page. Where it is? It is on modules. Friday. Go to modules and Friday. You need to go to module every day because your homework and the teaching things is all there. Oh, nice, nice. Are you there yet? Stop.
delete.
Where are you? Are you there yet? No. Where did you get that size? Would you teach class? Yeah, Friday. Yeah. Where is Friday now today? Oh, nice. Yes, you need a number. Yumi, nice. Yes, is that Friday? Okay, this one. Good. You might want to bring your computer to the class because your professor knows a lot of technology stuff, and she's going to use that a lot. We are all waiting for him. Hurry up. 快点 Sorry. Would you teach him how to get there? Thank you.
Yeah.
You need to go to that page, right?
What's code?
You are waiting for me.
Oh.
Gosh, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot my account. It's not the same because this computer does not have my account. What should I do? Oh, I'm here. Okay. So this one. And where is the game? Gosh, it's not working.
How about forget? Forget your passport.
Passport.
And
Forget
then
my
use-
passport?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh. God. Why should I sign up? I already here. Anybody good at computer? I'm already here. Why do I need to sign up?
Because you didn't log in.
Okay, just forget this game. We can do it another time. Did you review the vocabulary already? You did?
Yeah.
Let's go to another section. and then let me check about how to log in. Because we're supposed to play the games for 3 runs, and it's going to take a lot of times because people need to know how to do that. So let me figure out how to log in, and we switch the steps because you're going to do that and then have a test. But you can do the testings. I'm trying to log in. So I know some students going to finish this very fast, but some students might need a little bit more time, so just quiet before after you finish it. Don't try to look at the books or dictionary, try to do it yourself. Okay. If you look at the machine, try to review your vocabulary and idea. In this 3. Okay, so now we can go back to the game. You can go to already logged in. I just logged in. So now you can go back to the game, and then we're going to divide you based on the computer. So try to put this number in. Write down your name, just like that. How you want people to call you. Are you ready? Johnny. Yeah. Again. Where's Bruce?
Airplane.
Airplane. Okay. So everybody, here. Put it in. Oh, waiting for one student. So, okay. Everybody, A7. We have 8 students. Okay, 8 students. Now, you have 2 groups. Oh, really? Cookie, you are with Yui. And Makuya. Okay. That is so weird. Okay, so you might want to like face each other so that you can talk. Because this game is going to be very competitive.
Come.
Quick, hurry up. You want to face each other so that you can hear each other very clear.
Oh. Right.
So let me tell you how to do that before you start. It will show up a sentence, and then everyone has different answers. If you don't have the answer, you don't need to click it. One of your teammates going to have your answer, so that one have to click it. So you need to communicate. You will tell him, oh, I don't have that, and you will tell, yes, I have that, and you click it, right? So next, do you understand? We can practice at the first run.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Chinese. We should discuss.
You should discuss. Oh, unicorns got one. Which team's unicorns?
You can.
It's you.
We have 3 answers each,
I
and
cannot see.
answer just
It doesn't work on the phone.
Yes.
What do you want?
People feel
No, that's all you have.
Okay.
That's all you have.
So,
If you don't have
no,
it, they have it.
Okay.
So they need to talk to you.
Right.
these answer tendencies. I have tendencies.
Oh, right? Do you understand now?
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys start talking. Wow.
So,
Oh, somebody get wrong in the tiger.
Recover.
You can recover.
The same answers.
Yes.
You have the same answer on the question,
It is restless.
so you don't have it. They have it.
Restless.
Yeah,
the first one.
Always the same, with a different question.
I think that will be normal because your teammate have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not you.
What?
And next time the question change, and if you have one of the answers, then you click it.
Oh.
Yeah, not all the answers. Your teammates have different answers. You don't have to click it all the time. until you have the answer level and then it's cricket.
A.
Do you understand how to do that now?
Yeah.
Your team is winning. Is that your team?
Yeah.
Your team is winning. Look, you got 6 and then got 3.
The Canadian should have
Mine.
I have
That's right.
Yeah.
2.3.
Tendency. Tendency. I don't have it.
the state of condition.
Consistency. I have it right now.
Oh, who wins? Do you know you can check the result on the ball?
Yeah, we have the same.
Yeah. Okay, so now you know how to do that, right? So if you want, you can get closer, then your teams can hear you clearly. So let's do the second one. Did your teammate change yet?
No.
No? Okay. Oh, it's the same.
Consistency. I have it. Tolerance. Instinct. Restless. Tendency.
Oh.
One more.
What else?
Okay.
It's not fair.
Okay, last chance.
I'm sure we have more questions than the others.
No, it's the same. Okay, it's the same team, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you are going to change your teammate. Bye bye. Let's make it fair.
Why one out?
Oh.
Wait.
Why?
I can.
You get out. Are you ready out?
Yeah.
Are you in?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone ready?
I have it. Recover. Restless.
You guys are all the same. 7 and 7. 8. The frogs have 9 now. Go for that. Yeah. Who wins? Which group? Okay. Do you guys want to pray one more time?
Yes.
Yeah, because we play very fast. We can do 2 more times. Oh, a frog win. Is the teammate change yet?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to move?
Go.
You just
let's do it later. How about now? Is that change more?
You
Yes, let's do
just
that.
one.
Oh, okay. Ready?
If we hold on, consistency. Restore.
Koki, UE, Kirihar, and Mayuka. Wings. Last time, last chance. Okay, how? Is the teammate change yet?
Yes.
How many? One. Only one?
Eh?
Oh, how about this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Good. Okay, this is the last time, last chance. Keep fighting.
Reset.
Night tonight. What happened?
Tolerate. Tolerate.
What? One more.
Yeah.
Is that fun?
Yeah.
Is that easy to remember the meanings and everything?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you go home and review the vocabulary, and it's easier for this game. Okay, so let's go back to the. I have a hard time to log into another computer. Eh. So let's divide. Let me divide you to two people a group. Okay, so Yui and Dina, you two, and Faisal and Momo. Okay, a group. Cookie, Ellen, and okay, the name is messed up. Mayuka and Kiriha. Sorry. A group. So now you know your room. You roll your teammate already. Who is with you? Him.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah, you can sit anywhere, even though on the floor, as long as you are with your teammate. You might want to separate it because you don't want to hear each other. You don't want to hear each other. Just separate it. And now we were going to talk about the main idea of the unit 3 by answering these questions. So, for example, first you are going to tell Momo what is the text means, what happens by following this, make it into a story, not just answering the question. And then you take notes. You take notes, write down the most important things that he said. You are going to report it to me. So after you're done, switch. You tell him the story, he take notes. Maybe you guys tell a different story. It is fine. Don't confuse. Don't say he is right. Maybe you are right. So yes, you report it to each other. Do you understand how to do that? Yes. So for example, if you and him is a group, you're going to tell him what happened about the story. And Ellen is going to take notes about what you said. After you finish, he is going to tell you what happened and you take notes. Maybe you guys tell different story, but it's fine. I might correct your notes. So you want to write it in a piece of paper. Let me know if you don't have a piece of paper. Oh.
What happened in that story? This one.
What do you tell her first? You tell her what happened.
You said.
Did you finish?
No, you said what?
Okay. You listen. You take notes. You write down what happened. Oh, okay. Just important words. You don't have to write.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, listen to me. It's not.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you can read it. You can read it. You can use anything to tell your story. Open your books is fine. Anything.
Should I include?
Yes,
Okay.
but make it into a story, not just one sentence. Okay, Ellen, you tell him first. No, you tell Ellen first. And
Yeah.
Ellen, write down what he said.
Yeah.
Based on social face. You don't want to other groups.
Cookie, go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet romance.
She can't get well in high school.
He has like sweet romance. sleep issues, and Tom or his mother worry about these issues because Eden like it Eden will rate later and he gets later, so that's why
Did you finish? Oh, okay.
he
Now you need to take notes of
he
her.
will rate. So how him or her mother and to email for doctor about sleep issues.
And then is middle school
Doctor said
student.
you don't worry about it because
Like
It's
it's and this is
for working school because doctor says
teenager. Teenagers needs reason changing. So
sleep
and
until
every weekend like if it is without later it's okay because he tries to recover on weekend. So like for example in weekdays
it is normal.
he sleeps
The mother wish
just 5 hours for example, but every weekend like she
mother can
he
now
can sleep like 3 hours, 8 hours, something like that.
willingness
So
not to public
how mother don't be worried about
she can take something and her mother asked
Okay. Adam is a middle school student. She or she
I don't know, it's your story.
she or he
Where's your book? Follow me.
if
Open your book.
need
First of all, her name is Eden.
and then
she's name is Eden, and she is a middle school student. But her mom think she has sleep issues, problem because she sleep so late and wake up so late, and her mother think that will have like terrible effect
why don't you try to make
for
up to a fruit
school
with what? To a
work,
fruit
for her
story with
study.
conjunction and therefore because make it
And,
when you try to practice it. You
because-
try to practice it, do you
because
like you have all these notes, right? You try to make it cover a story. No, you make her story, she make your story.
her
Yeah, and then you're going to report
her
it.
score is
Practice, make
falling
it
down.
into a whole story.
And her mother thinks it maybe will get worried, and then she sends email to doctor
If you finish,
and
want to
ask a
organize
question
it.
about that.
you make it into a story that you can tell because you're going to present.
Then the doctor
So
thinks
you want to
this is
add
normal
injunctions
for
like
teenage
because that's what
teenager
in my opinion,
sleeping problem.
So now you're working on her.
And if
What she said, you're working
Eden wants sleep more in the weekend, it's fine
Yes,
because
you have very student.
teenage need more time to
So and you understand you can still keep asking.
choose
What
to
you suggest now? And then make it
eat
into a story.
sleep more time to save the save
Who, what, do, what?
the sleeping
That's your opinion. I think you can have what you think.
the sleeping for maybe for
And then
for
you're
the
going to
week
tell us
the work
in
day
front of all of us
the week
about the whole story for this story. If you don't understand it and miss some information,
Should be short.
And then
it's about 1 to
maybe
2 minutes.
after
1 minute is okay.
long
it's about 1
time,
minute your speech.
it will be, it's either we are going
1 to
to
2
normal.
You have your notes on here, right?
Yeah.
So now you're going to organize everything with more conjunctions, such as however, video call, because, and then make it into a story that you can tell us. And you also need to add in your opinion, but I think because, okay? If you don't understand, just keep asking me what you need. Do you want?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now, you want to make, where's your notes? Okay, so that's what she said, right? Make it into a story that you can tell us. We make a story that you can tell us with some, however, therefore, make it through smooth, not only a piece of information, because you're going to tell us her story in front of everyone. So at the end,
Everyone, at the end, you might want to add your opinions. Like, what do you think about that? Okay? So your speech is going to be 1 to 2 minutes. It's very short. But it's not short when you speak it out.
Go ahead.
where is your book? You are taking his book. Where is your book? Do you have your book?
Yeah.
Okay, go. She will need his book too.
You don't have to write the whole story out. Just make sure you know how to say it. And you have 3 more minutes.
Go. James Master.
And we need to write
I need
our
to-
opinion
Your
on
story.
what story.
Yeah, you should come out of your opinion. You don't have to write it because I'm not going to see that. I'm going to hear what you said in front of us.
What?
Three, two, one. Okay. So who want to go first? do you want to come first? Yeah. Why don't you come here and face to everyone? So, okay.
What's the story about? I need to read the story.
Yeah, you tell us your story and then add your opinion at the end.
Adam is a student and her mom is really worried because her daughter stayed late and sleep late in the morning. Her mom sent a letter to a doctor and the doctor said it's normal and she doesn't have to be worried about. And if she wants, the doctor can give her some medicine. And for me, it's really normal if all teenagers are sleeping late in the morning because we all do the same.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Did you get that? Is that too fast? Did you everyone get that? Nice. Good. So that is the story Yui told you and then you add your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yui, tell us your partner's story. Eden, yes.
Eden is student. Her mother worried about her because she sleep a lot. And however, doctor said it's normal at this age. On weekend, let her because she recovered from her week.
Mhm.
I think it's normal too. So teenager needs to sleep
More.
a lot.
Ah, nice. Very good. And I think, yes, you can come back. I think everything is very good besides the nuns. I forgot what you said, but you need to add before the nuns. And then like the third person singulars is hard to control, I know, but you forgot to like worries, her mother worries about her, right? Yeah, but everything's very good. And I think you are good because it's a test. When you report something, it's on writing in the book. You can use present tense. Everybody know present tense. But if you are saying something what other people said, you need to use the past tense. Remember, understand? If you are saying like what Momo said just now, you it's a reporting. I told you what Momo just told me. I will use past tense. But in this time, you are reporting something in the book. What Shakespeare said, what the book said, you can use present tense. Okay, that's pretty good. Next group. Ellen.
This they have a girl, Eden. She is a middle school student, and then her mother worry about her sleep problem because and Eden slept so late and wake up so late too. Um, and her mother sent email to doctor and then by the way the doctor replied the email and said it's fine, don't worry about that. And finally however he suggests teenage needs to sleep more in the weekend and recover the time in the week. So it's fine. Don't worry. In opinion, I think teenage should sleep more. Then we will be
Healthy.
healthy.
Nice. Awesome. what I like about Aaron's speech is he used a lot of conjunctions. Did you hear that? Try to pay attention on his speech. He used however, by the way, when you speak, you will use that, right? You're not only, that's why I asked you to do organizing, making every information smooth so that talk like normal people. Even though in your writing you need this conjunction, right? Because therefore, by the way, not by the way, but however, connect every piece of information. So, but he also have a little bit issue with the third person singulars. As what I said on Wednesday, it is okay for you to write it down. You know you have to put S. Like her mother worries, just like Yui was that worries. And the doctor replies. And the doctor said, because the doctor already said that, right? So the doctor said, and Aaron said, students, can you have singulars and S at the end of the nouns at the same time? No, right? It is not because you don't understand that. It's just because we are speaking, so it's hard to control this. Especially Chinese doesn't really need to put these kinds of things. So when you say a student, you don't need S, right? If you say more than 2 students, you have S. So just be careful because when you focus on meanings, he is really good at connecting everything. Focus on meaning, and then you lost the controls of the grammars. So you can, what can we do with that? It is very normal, even though today I was like, how to control my English. So what can we do? What can we do to improve our speaking?
Slowly.
Speak slowly, right? You can speak slowly and try to like put your words on your head. If you can see it, and then you might improve it. And next time you can speak very fast without thinking it, and you have correct grammars. Okay, that's very good speech. And his part.
Okay. Eden is middle.
Eden.
Eden is a middle school student,
Nice.
and she has sleep issues. So her mother worries about that because, like, Eden sleeps, right, and also gets up, right, and her grade, her grade in school is getting worse. That's why, and her mother thinks the reason why Eden's grade is getting worse is because sleep issue. That's why her mother sends email to doctor, and doctor says it's fine because like, teenage body clock is changing, and so Eden will get better if she can like sleep more than weekdays. And I think teenage uh, teenage sleeps more, but we have much homework and sometimes we have part-time job, so it is difficult for us to sleep more.
Oh, nice. That's a good opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, because thank you.
Yeah.
I think Koki is speaking very clearly. Like I can hear very clearly his pronunciation. He tried to make the vowels very good and everything. But there's still a little bit problem about the third person singular. I think you focus, you control it very well, but you miss sleeps. Eden sleeps very late and gets up. And also something is getting worse. Like his grade is getting worse. I forgot what you said, but it's supposed to be is doing something. Also, you said teenagers bodies, so it's supposed to be. Oh, no. teenager body. What's wrong with that sentence?
Teenager.
Yes. Because it's a noun, you need to make sure it's a singular or plural and which teenager's body. Nouns with nouns. We need a S. So that's very simple grammar, we all know that, but when it comes out to speech, like what I was saying, it's really hard. So next group. Next group, please. Everybody comes. You are going to do that all the time in the oral skill class because it's about speaking. And I need to hear your speaking and try to help you to improve. Okay.
Ellen is a middle school student who has living issues, so her mother worried about it and sent an email to a doctor. And her mother also worried about Ellen's school work is getting worse. Afterward, doctor answered the problem is normal, especially for students like Ellen. And according to doctor, she can sleep late in morning or weekend, and she can take some tablets if she wants. So he said it is not serious problem.
What do you think?
Huh?
What do you think?
I think it's okay. But yeah, it's okay.
It's okay about what?
It's okay. About wake up late, but getting schoolwork is getting worse. It's not good. No, not good.
Yeah, it's not good. So what can you do with that?
To make effort.
To what?
To make effort to study. So. To make effort.
Oh, like to try very hard to study it.
Yes.
Nice. Good job. And what I like about your speech is you mention some details, but still work on the first person singulars. Okay. Timon. Very hard.
Mother send an email to a doctor because she worries her daughter Eden, who is a middle school student with sleep issues. She cannot sleep early, and that affect on her works at school. Doctor answered it's normal for teenager like her. She can sleep in on weekends to recover. Also, mother can ask her take some medicine like tablet. That's the solution of sleep deprivation.
What do you think?
Yes, just I release doctor. Yes, they can sleep more in weekends.
So what do you think?
Um,
Do you think that's good or bad?
about
About like teenagers sleeping issue.
I think it's okay because I was also like this. It's normal.
No, okay, fine, thank you. So Kiriha, she used a adjective clause like her daughter, who is. That is really good in speaking and writing because you will make simple sentence become comparative. So you ensure the words that you use and English is at the level. So next one. Okay.
So, Eden, who's middle school student with sleep issues, Eden's mother asked the doctor. He said it's normal and maybe she needs some medicine. Also, he told her she shouldn't care because it will change by the time, and she should let her sleep as she wants in the weekends so her body can recover for the weekdays.
Awesome. What do you think?
I think teenagers should sleep,
You think teenagers?
not older.
Okay, thank you so much. So the only mistakes that I catch,
I think you guys do a very good job, but I still have to catch your mistake because we are in the school. That's why you're here.
so don't feel embarrassed if I write down your something, because that will help you. So Basil, you said who, her mother something, and no, Eden. Is that? Yeah, Eden. Who you miss is who middle school student, right? Is that what you said? Middle school student. So you need a verb here. Adjective clause, do you know the grammar? Yeah, adjective clause, you need a verb. So pay attention on your speech. It's the same logic. When you speak, you will miss something. Okay, so overall it's really good. So Momo.
Annie is a middle school student, and she has a sleep issue. Therefore, it is affecting her schoolwork. And her mother worried about that, and she asked the doctor, and the doctor gave some advice. Um, it's normally so. So sleep. If she can't weekdays a lot, uh, sleep more weekend, and if she wants to some vitamin supplement, it is helpful. And in my opinion, I agree with the doctor's opinion, but for middle school students, sleep a lot of sleep is important, so they should more sleep as well as she can.
Thank you. That's really nice.
What I like about Momo's speech is when she tried to express her opinions, she used "I agree with."
So if you open your page, if you open your book 21, page 21, I guess, if I didn't forget. Yes, page 21. That is the session teach you how to speak your opinion. You are going to use this all the time. Oh, sorry, you don't have page 21. Yes, you can share the book. So try to look at this a little bit. And when you express your opinion, when you discuss debates with your teammate, you are going to tell him, I agree with you, or you don't. So you might want to use this in your speech as well to show your opinions. I think that's really good. So why don't we take a 5 minute break and come back very quickly? So you might want to come back at 25. Break time.
What do you guys think about the class? Is that too easy or too hard? It's too easy. What do you think about this class? The thing that I taught for these 2 days, is that too easy or too hard? It's okay. It's fine. Yeah. Do you think? How about you, Momo? Do you think the class that I taught, the book and everything, the listening, is it too easy or too hard?
It's good.
It's good. What do you think? So you need to work on it, but it's not too hard. Okay. Because I think the whole program is using this book. So they think this book is very good, even though IEP 3, they're still using this. So you can review it at home. So I suspect that the homework might be hard for the new student who never have this professor's class. I think it is fine. You have the class before and Ellen's fine. But some new student, if you have any question about you don't understand the homework, and then you can email me. I check my email every day and tell me like if you need help. Ellen. So why don't you open your page 56. Open your book, page 56, and the main idea, try to read about question 1 to 4. You're going to judge is that correct or not correct by reading the F and T. So try to read about this. Page 56, main idea. And then I'm going to play the video.
Just a question. Elementary school. This is when you are a kid.
Where?
This one. I don't know.
Oh, it's primary school.
Okay. First one.
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
which is age 6 something to 12 months. So, are you guys ready? Wait, did you finish the question? You might want to read about that. You might want to read about that before I play the video. Try to understand it. Good? Okay.
Adolescents and sleep issues is that adolescents have a tendency to be a bit of night owls. They tend to like to go to bed later and sleep in.
Page 56, main ideas.
A couple key things to think about when you're dealing with adolescents and sleep issues is that adolescents have a tendency to be a bit of night owls. They tend to like to go to bed later and sleep in later. And this is more than just a behavioral choice on their part. Their brains actually act differently. And this has been noticed not only in human adolescents, but also in animal models of adolescents. You'll see they actually like to stay up later and go to bed later. This is particularly troublesome in middle school and high school when at the same time this is happening in their brains, the school times actually start earlier. So they both like to go to bed later, but then are forced to wake up early more often. This is sleep deprivation. The only way that you're able to consistently reset your circadian rhythm so that you're able to go to sleep, so that adolescents are able to go to sleep at an earlier time and wake up earlier is 1, through consistency, 2, with sunlight about 20-30 minutes first thing in the morning, helps reset the circadian rhythm. And 3, you can use a little bit of low-dose melatonin, which is just an over-the-counter vitamin supplement about 6 hours prior to bedtime. Those are the only things that have been proven clinically to help people fall asleep earlier. What most studies have demonstrated is that you need to recover typically about half of the sleep that is lost. So in an adolescent who could otherwise sleep 2 more hours a day during the week, that'll add up over 5 days to 10 hours. So over the course of the Saturday and Sunday, if that's the time that they have in the morning to sleep in, they'll need to catch up quite a lot. I think one of the first things to recognize is that sleepiness is not a laziness. I mean, there's oftentimes when we think of children or adolescents who are sleeping in class, it is not typically due to slothfulness or just laziness or disinterest. It is actually an intrinsic loss of sleep. I mean, there's perfectly good examples of kids who are lazy and won't do anything, but that is different from kids who are actually not able to maintain wakefulness. So it's not only school start times, but it's also activity start times. So it's not unusual for an adolescent who is both a swimmer as well as an orchestra to have to be at school and to start at 6 o'clock in the morning. This can be extremely devastating to one's wakefulness. Now that being said, most adolescents are able to tolerate it pretty well, but for some it can be just quite devastating.
How is that?
What are you doing?
I
Okay, I will pray next time, but you need to pay attention.
Okay, so why? Do you guys all understand the question?
yes.
Or anyone doesn't understand, we can work on the question a little bit. What is the first one means? What is electricement school? Elementary school. After kindergarten, do you know kindergarten? Yeah, after kindergarten you will go to like primary school. It's the same. So, and the question 2 is that what is wakefulness?
And you don't want to wake up.
Yes, if you don't want to wake up. Or circadian rhythm, what is that? Why don't we use our dictionary to find it out? What is that? Do you have your dictionary? That's why you need to.
It's a pattern.
Yes.
What time do we see? What time do we get?
Yes. Yes, we learned that in on the test. Like it's a circle, right? So question 3. Is there any new words or difficult words? No, that's pretty easy. Okay, question 4. Question 4 is good because not very hard. Okay, let's listen to it. Pay attention because this guy, he doesn't really follow any rules. You have to understand it. Try to, if you have a hard time on focusing, close your eyes. Just close your eyes and then listen to him. Try to get the main idea. That's why the main idea is very important.
A couple key things to think about when you're
Page 56. Main ideas.
A couple key things to think about when you're dealing with adolescents and sleep issues is that adolescents have a tendency to be a bit of night owls. They tend to like to go to bed later and sleep in later. And this is more than just a behavioral choice on their part. Their brains actually act differently. And this has been noticed not only in human adolescents, but also in animal models of adolescents. You'll see they actually like to stay up later and go to bed later. This is particularly troublesome in middle school and high school when at the same time this is happening in their brains, the school times actually start earlier. So they both like to go to bed later, but then are forced to wake up early and often leads to sleep deprivation. The only way that you're able to consistently reset your circadian rhythm so that you're able to go to sleep, so that adolescents are able to go to sleep at an earlier time and wake up earlier is 1, through consistency, 2, with sunlight about 20-30 minutes first thing in the morning, helps reset the circadian rhythm. And 3, you can use a little bit of low-dose melatonin, which is just an over-the-counter vitamin supplement about 6 hours prior to bedtime. Those are the only things that have been proven clinically to help people fall asleep earlier. What most studies have demonstrated is that you need to recover typically about half of the sleep that is lost. So in an adolescent who who could otherwise sleep 2 more hours a day during the week, that'll add up over 5 days to 10 hours. So over the course of a Saturday and Sunday, if that's the time that they have in the morning to sleep in, they'll need to catch up quite a lot. I think one of the first things to recognize is that sleepiness is not a laziness. I mean, there's oftentimes when we think of children or adolescents who are sleeping in class, it is not typically due to slothfulness or just laziness or disinterest. It is actually an intrinsic loss of sleep. I mean, there's perfectly good examples of kids who are lazy and won't do anything, but that is different from kids who are actually not able to maintain wakefulness. So it's not only school start times, but it's also activity start times. So it's not unusual for an adolescent who is both a swimmer as well as an orchestra to have to be at school and to start at 6 o'clock in the morning. This can be extremely devastating to one's wakefulness. Now that being said, most adolescents are able to tolerate it pretty well, but for some it can be just quite devastating.
Did you guys get more information from that?
This one? Oh, you don't see
I don't get
no. Oh, you didn't get this? Okay, let's work it out. Oh, I like your notes. Yes, you can. If you find the answer, you can take a little bit notes next to it. Nice. So why don't you try to share your answer with your partner? Check your answer and tell her or him how to do that. Why? What did you listen? Okay?
What did you do? Those are school classes, others. I was I didn't get something. Not on this. Yeah, it's true. Because the weekend we just recover. First one is force. Just see true lady.
Yeah.
No. You CC. Just CC. Why do you think it's there?
We can, it's not easy.
No. It is difficult to observe that it's only part of the development. So it's true. I don't. How about two? Two.
Sorry.
Yes. Because I have no
Okay. So what is your conclusion? What is your answers for question 1?
two.
Is that true?
True.
Who think that is false? So okay, try to tell us why it's false.
Because middle school class begins earlier than elementary school.
Nice. Did you hear that from the radio? Okay, so I don't know yet. So let's listen. Let's catch it.
Page 56. Main ideas.
A couple key things to think about when you're dealing with adolescents and sleep issues is that adolescents have a tendency to be a bit of night owls. They tend to like to go to bed later and sleep in later, and this is more than just a behavioral choice on their part, their brains actually act differently. And this has been noticed not only in human adolescents, but also in animal models of adolescents. You'll see they actually like to stay up later and go to bed later. This is particularly troublesome in middle school and high school when at the same time this is happening in their brains, the school times actually start earlier.
What is that? Started earlier. When you hear the middle school and high school, the answer will come out later, right? So it started earlier. So how about question 2? So what is circadian rhythm? What does that mean? Let's work this out. Is that hard to understand? Circadian is like the daytimes and the nighttime. So if you sleep at night, that is not a regular normal circadian rhythm. No, if you sleep at the daytime, that's not normal circadian. But circadian only means like the daytime switch to the nighttime. But the rhythms is regularly patterns. What is pattern? Very regularly. Like you wake up in the morning, you sleep at night, you always do the same things. That is circadian rhythm. Rhythm is regular things that you do every day. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I do this. Is that a series things you do following some rules? You don't go to school and then brush your teeth, right? You brush your teeth and then you go to school, right? So you follow some order. That's the rhythm. And you do that every day. Is that clear about number 2?
Yes.
Okay, so it is very difficult to reset your body patterns. What is pattern? Pattern. Yes, a routines. It's kind of models, right? And it's hard to reset your body pattern of sleep and wakefulness, or the things that we was talking about, circadian rhythm. Is it hard or not hard? Is that true or false? True. Is that true?
False.
Why?
I don't know. It's false.
Shall we? Okay, true or false? I want to hear other people's.
True.
It's true. How about you?
True.
It's true? You don't know? Let me see what you wrote. You think it's true and false? Okay. How about you? Number 2. You think it's false. What about you, Yui? You don't know. True? You think it's true? Okay, why don't we listen again?
So,
Wait, let me go back.
couple key things to think about.
Page 56. Main ideas.
Couple key things to think about when you're dealing with adolescents and sleep issues is that adolescents have a tendency to be a bit of night owls. They tend to like to go to bed later and sleep in later. And this is more than just a behavioral choice on their part. Their brains actually act differently. And this has been noticed not only in human adolescents, but also in animal models of adolescents. You'll see they actually like to stay up later and go to bed later. This is particularly troublesome in middle school and high school when at the same time this is happening in their brains, the school times actually start earlier. So they both like to go to bed later, but then are forced to wake up early and often leads to sleep deprivation. The only way that you're able to consistently reset your circadian rhythm so that you're able to go to sleep, so that adolescents are able to go to sleep at an earlier time and wake up earlier is one.
Wait, what did you hear? Did he mention something on your question? What? What did he mention?
Like people are able to change.
Yes, and he also mentioned the circadian rhythms. Did he mention that the only way to change it is, let's hear.
Through consistency. 2, with sunlight about 20-30 minutes first thing in the morning helps reset the circadian rhythm. And 3, you can use a little bit of low-dose melatonin, which is just an over-the-counter vitamin supplement, about 6 hours prior to bedtime. Those are the only things that have been proven clinically to help people fall asleep earlier. What
Okay, this way you can fall to sleep earlier. So you take some pills and you can go to bed earlier. Is it hard to do that? It's just vitamin C. You can go to buy in CVS and write this anywhere. So, yes. So it's not hard to do that. I know this listener is really hard because he speaks super fast. That is how Americans speak. But if you go to Australian, they speak even faster. And number 3.
True.
Any objection?
True.
How about the other students? Is that correct? T? Okay. What do you think? True. How about you? Wow. 100% pass. So, yes, it's true. Okay. What can I ask? It's true. Everybody agree. Okay, number 4. Why?
Because they are not lazy.
Yes. Okay, this one is easier, but I think the hardest one is number 2, and number 1 is a little bit hard to catch because they speak too fast. Okay, that is it. Why don't we move on to details? It's the same video. So you have 1 minute to try to read about the question. Details. Just move up. 1, 2, 6. Details. Okay, I saw Koki. I saw you have a good habit when you read the listening test. You know what he did? He highlighted, he circled it, the important words. You might catch this word exactly the same on the listening, and you also might catch the synonyms, the similar meanings in the listening, because they speak very fast. They are not going to wait for you. So if you highlight it, it's easier to catch it. Okay, let's listen again.
Page 50.
Most studies have done.
Page 56. Main ideas.
A couple key things to think about when you're dealing with adolescents and sleep issues is that adolescents have a tendency to be a bit of night owls. They tend to like to go to bed later and sleep in later. And this is more than just a behavioral choice on their part. Their brains actually act differently. And this has been noticed not only in human adolescents, but also in animal models of adolescents you'll see they actually like to stay up later and go to bed later. This is particularly troublesome in middle school and high school when at the same time this is happening in their brains, the school times actually start earlier. So they both like to go to bed later, but then are forced to wake up early enough and this is sleep deprivation. The only way that you're able to consistently reset your circadian rhythm so that you're able to go to sleep, so that adolescents are able to go to sleep at an earlier time and wake up earlier is 1, through consistency, 2, with sunlight about 20-30 minutes first thing in the morning, helps reset the circadian rhythm. And 3, you can use a little bit of low-dose melatonin, which is just an over-the-counter vitamin supplement about 6 hours prior to bedtime. Those are the only things that have been proven clinically to help people fall asleep earlier. What most studies have demonstrated is that you need to recover typically about half of the sleep that is lost. So in an adolescent who could otherwise sleep 2 more hours a day during the week, that'll add up over 5 days to 10 hours. So over the course of the Saturday and Sunday, if that's the time that they have in the morning to sleep in, they'll need to catch up. I think one of the first things to recognize is that sleepiness is not a laziness. I mean, there's oftentimes when we think of children or adolescents who are sleeping in class, it is not typically due to slothfulness or just laziness or disinterest. It is actually an intrinsic loss of sleep. I mean, there's perfectly good examples of kids who are lazy and won't do anything, but that is different from kids who are actually not able to maintain wakefulness. So it's not only school start times, but it's also activity start times. So it's not unusual for an adolescent who is both a swimmer as well as an orchestra to have to be at school and to start at 6 o'clock in the morning. This can be extremely devastating to one's wakefulness. Now that being said, most adolescents are able to tolerate it pretty well, but for some it can be just quite devastating.
How much did you catch?
Pretty good. Everything? Why don't you talk to your partners? Compare your answer and tell her why you picked this answer.
Why? B.
I couldn't catch this one about this.
Are these all the same?
Yes.
Did you guys finish? Okay. Almost.
Okay. Do we need to listen again to check your answer again? Yes?
Page 56. Main ideas.
A couple key things to think about when you're dealing with adolescents and sleep issues is that adolescents have a tendency to be a bit of night owls. They tend to like to go to bed later and sleep in later. And this is more than just a behavioral choice on their part. Their brains actually act differently. And this has been noticed not only in human adolescents, but also in animal models of adolescents. You'll see they actually like to stay up later and go to bed later. This is particularly troublesome in middle school and high school when at the same time this is happening in their brains. The school times actually start earlier. So they both like to go to bed later, but then are forced to wake up early enough and this is sleep deprivation.
What did he say?
The answer already come out. So what's the answer of number 1?
B, any objection? Why is B? Because that guy, he was like say so many things, and then the last time, let me move up a little bit, let you hear it. Try to listen to this.
You'll see they actually like to stay up later and go to bed later. This is particularly troublesome in middle school and high school when at the same time this is happening.
Okay, he said troublesome. What is troublesome? What is trouble? Don't give me so much trouble.
Trouble.
Yeah, what is trouble?
Problem.
Yeah, problem. Did you see problem here in question 1? Yes. So troublesome in that audio is going to tell you what is troublesome for question 1. Let's hear it.
In their brains. The school times actually start earlier. So they both like to go to bed later, but then are forced to wake up early and often this is sleep deprivation.
What is that? Sleep
Deprivation.
deprivation. So what is trouble in school is the sleep deprivation. Okay, everyone's correct. Okay, number 2, what's your answer?
A.
A? Feel free to tell him he's wrong. Is that A? Okay. So tell me, where did you catch it?
The only way that you're able to consistently reset your circadian rhythm so that you're able to go to so that adolescents are able to go to sleep at an earlier time.
Is that the answer? Did you hear the earlier? Yeah, so it's consistently bedtime. So number 3. B? Anybody have C? B? A? Okay, let's hear it.
Wake up earlier is 1 through consistency, 2 with sunlight about 20-30 minutes first thing in the morning.
20 to 30. Okay, this one is easy. Okay, number 4.
B.
B? Anybody got A? How about this group? What's your answer for question C? 4. B. Everybody got B. Nice. How about 5? Number 5.
2 on B.
B? B? And number 6.
C.
Wow. But let's check it again.
Helps reset the circadian rhythm. And 3, you can use a little bit of low-dose melatonin, which is just an over-the-counter vitamin supplement, about 6 hours prior to bedtime. Those are the only things that have been proven clinically to help people fall asleep earlier. What most studies have demonstrated is that you need to recover typically about half of the sleep that is lost. So in an adolescent who could otherwise sleep 2 more hours a day during the week, that'll add up over 5 days to 10 hours. So over the course of a Saturday and Sunday, if that's the time that they have in the morning to sleep in, they'll need to catch up. I think one of the first things to recognize is that sleepiness is not a laziness. I mean, there's oftentimes when we think of children or adolescents who are sleeping in class, it is not typically due to slothfulness or just laziness or disinterest. It is actually an intrinsic loss of sleep. I mean, there's perfectly good examples of kids who are lazy and won't do anything, but that is different from kids who are actually not able to maintain wakefulness. So it's not only school start times, but it's also activity start times. So it's not unusual for an adolescent who is both a swimmer as well as an orchestra to have to be at school and to start at 6 o'clock in the morning. This can be extremely devastating for one's wakefulness. Now that being said, most adolescents are able to tolerate it pretty well, but for some it can be just quite devastating.
It is a sad story. So, I think Chris did a really good job about the details. The reason this book is try to repeat the same audio again, and again. I think that's really good because you listening again and again. You try to understand it better so that your listening will improve better. If you listen different things, you didn't catch it and throw it away, and new thing didn't catch it, throw it away. That will be hard to improve. So why don't we open page 57? It's making inference. What is inference? You have a long dictionary, right? What is inference? You don't know? Anybody know? Anybody knows? Inference. A guess? What else?
Say. Say to say.
To say something? That's pretty close.
Suggest.
Suggest? Yes. If you did you find it? Yeah, why don't you read it out?
Something that you think you do based on information that you have draw make you correct.
Any others?
When someone inquires something,
What does that mean?
someone trying to get something.
Yes, you try to prove something. You try to tell somebody what is that. So you are giving tips, making inference to others. Right? So it is a title of this, but what we are going to learn about is understanding assumption. Here's another new word. What is assumption? Have you ever heard about that? What is assumption? I don't know. Okay, so why don't you read about the first paragraph and then you know what is assumption. Oh, there is a good example for inference. Anybody went to college before? And had anybody wrote a thesis? Did you? Have you heard about thesis?
Yeah.
Do you know what thesis is? A very long report and articles. Before you graduated, you need to finish it, and then you can graduate. Thesis. So at the end of the thesis, what kind of book that you read before, you need to mark it down. You need to write it down at the last page. Do you do thesis?
Yes.
So the last page, you will write down what kinds of books that you read. That is called inference. Well, no, reference. That's called reference, but it's kind of the same. It's point out something, it's give you a tip, something, to let you know what it is. It's a guess. Did you find that in the definitions? Understanding assumptions, speakers sometimes use statements that blah, 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 blah. And then listeners need to make educated guess or inference. So inference is very close to guess. You guess what people says, and you give your tips to others. Right? So assumption, what is assumption? Do you understand? What is assumption? It's already explained to you. The whole first paragraph. But we can still know more about that. So assumption is according to your Longman dictionary. Assumption of first of all is a nut. How can you tell it's a nut? Don't look at this first, only look at assumption. How can you tell it's a nut? Yes, it's T-I-O-N, right? T-I-O-N, no mononic is a nut. So it is a nut, and then what does that mean? It's countable. You can put S after it. So if you try to say it in a nut, you would say something, it is a thing. First of all, it's a nut that you think is true according what you think. You think that is true. For example, I think Leonardo is very handsome. That's my assumption. I think he's very handsome. Or I think St. Michael College is going to be very good in 3 years. I made this assumption. I just made a guess, right? So who knows St. Michael's will be what kind of thing, how well it is after 3 years. I don't know, but I based on my knowledge, based on what I think, and then made this assumption out. So assumption is what you think and what you guess. Have it been proved yet? No, you haven't proved it. I don't know, St. Michael will be better or anything, or very better, too much better than that, right? I haven't proved it. But I think I made assumptions about this. I assume is a verb. I assume something. So you can also say, I assume assumptions. So what can people assume is, oh, in our story, a lot of parents, they assume their children do not want to get up because they are very lazy. They don't know the scientists analyze anything. They assume that. So that's what they think, right? So we can see some example here. A lot of people made the assumption. So what you will use to say assumption is may. Make assumption that poverty only exists in the third world. What is poverty? What is what? What is this? Poverty. What is the third word? That will help you to understand it. The first word, the third word. Yes. What is the third word? The third word is very poor country. The first word is very rich, and the second word is like so-so, and the third word is super poor. Maybe you don't have money to buy food. So some people make assumption. What kind of assumption? The very poor, the third world countries, they are all very poor. Do you think they still have some people who are very rich? Of course, a lot of people in some very poor country, they're very rich. So do you think that assumption is true? No, right? So yeah, you can go to your Roman and check all the definition about the words that you don't know. Why don't we go back to page 57? And let's listen to that assumption.
Page 57. Make inferences. Example.
A couple key things to think about when you're dealing with adolescents and sleep issues is that adolescents have a tendency to be a bit of night owls. They tend to like to go to bed later and sleep in later. And this is more than just a behavioral choice on their part. Their brains actually act differently.
So why don't you talk to your partner? Why don't you talk to your partner? Did you see the example? After the example, there is a question. And because B and A and B, I'm going to play the video again, and then you try to find out the answer A or B. Even though they have answer at the bottom, but try to figure out why is A, not B.
57. Make inferences. Example.
A couple key things to think about when you're dealing with adolescents and sleep issues is that adolescents have a tendency to be a bit of night owls. They tend to like to go to bed later and sleep in later. And this is more than just a behavioral choice on their part. Their brains actually act differently.
So why is A, not B?
Because they choose to go late,
Mm-hmm.
then sleep late.
They choose to do that. That is the thing which most people think. So if you want to make assumption, do you just create it, or you need some examples to prove that, and then you create it, right? So if you think somebody is very handsome, before you see it, would you say he's handsome? No. You will hear about him from somebody else. If my friend says, oh, he's very handsome, okay, that is the thing support my idea that I think he's handsome. So it's the same reason. So this guy, Dr. Howell, assumes, this is a word, assume that most people think teenagers are night owl because teenagers choose to go to bed late and sleep in the morning. Because they tend to, in the example, the second sentence, they tend to like to go to bed late and sleep in late. That is the example. That is the reason why they think teenagers are not. They are lazy. I don't want to say that. So do you understand making assumption? So if you want to make assumption, again, you need some example to support it. And the questions after that is going to be a little bit hard. Why don't we just do the first question in page 58? Is step 1. You will be surprised.
Page 58. Make inferences. Excerpt 1.
And there's perfectly good examples of kids who are lazy and won't do anything, but that is different from kids who are actually not able to maintain wakefulness.
Do you want to listen to that again?
Page 58. Make inferences. Excerpt 1.
And there's perfectly good examples of kids who are lazy and won't do anything, but that is different from kids who are actually not able to maintain wakefulness.
Sorry, I should let you to read the question first. Did you finish reading the first question? So this Dr. Horan assumes that most people think teenagers are sleepy. Lots of teenagers, they are sleepy, they always want to sleep. It's because of what? We're going to listen again.
Page 58. Make inferences. Excerpt 1.
And there's perfectly good examples of kids who are lazy and won't do anything, but that is different from kids who are actually not able to maintain wakefulness.
So what kinds of answer did you get? A? How about? A. Nice. This group? A. Because most people assume that, right? So that's it. Thank you so much. And there's something that I need to tell you about your homework before Monday. Let me show you the example. You're going to use that this weekend. Okay. Okay, so if you are going to do your oral report, I think we do very well in this main idea and everything. And that is the format that you need to follow. You need to pick 2 videos, right? And then write it here. So you have to follow this one. Your name and the course, which is this one, she already told you. And the professor's name, she already showed you. And then the date, you have to exactly put on the left top. Okay? If that is a paper, you have to put it in the left top. And then you have to put the second one, you have to put the title of the listening thing. And then the authors, the source, what is that? Yes, the link. Just copy paste the link. And then the date of the talk. You can probably find it on the bottom of the video. And then vocabulary. And then they have example there. Part of speech and everything. Example. For example, that is going to be the top left. And then you're going to fill these all things out. So good luck for your homework. Oh, also, some students are not here when I was saying this. So if you have any questions during the weekend because you have a tons of homework to do, just send me email. Thank you. Yeah.